Hello, it's another episode for Gulf Reality. Today we are going to talk about skilled jobs in the United Arab Emirates. And today I'll start again with the requirements, the basic requirements being the passport, the good conduct, the certificate of good conduct, which is attested, and the academic documents, which are also attested by the Foreign Affairs and the United Arab Emirates Embassy here in Kenya. So we can talk generally about the jobs because I cannot be specific to every job. It's not going to be possible because all these jobs require one kind of a procedure. The first procedure, as we said, it's making sure you have the right documents before you leave Kenya. The second thing you need to do is to apply for your visa. So you can apply for your visa with different people. I would ask you to be very careful because there's a lot of conmanship in Nairobi happening, in Kenya generally, in regards to UAE visas. You have to be very careful. And then once you get the visa, which I advise all the time, I advise for you to apply for a 3 months visa. Then once you get the visa, then you book your ticket, you need to find yourself a place to live, a place that you can afford. I would always recommend for a cheaper accommodation. Don't go for a fancy hotel, go for a cheap accommodation. Regardless of your status here in Kenya, just go and for that period, agree to stay in that accommodation. I know they are not the best, but you can just stay there for the time being as you're looking for the job because it's going to be affordable. So once you're there and now you've gotten to the United Arab Emirates, you need not start looking for the job. Mostly people initially used to drop CVs, but since COVID began, a lot of companies will not be accepting your CVs, which is an advantage because now you can go and drop you can drop your CVs via email or via LinkedIn or via Indeed. There are many ways you can go about it to apply for these skilled labor jobs. So why is it that a lot of people go for the unskilled labor jobs? The first reason is because there's no clear way on how to get jobs, especially when you have the right. When you're skilled, it's very hard. Most of the jobs that you're going to find them being advertised are not skilled jobs. They're for the unskilled, and the highest population there in the Middle East, 85% of the population is foreign. So 85% are looking for jobs, coming from other countries looking for jobs in those in the Middle East, and an advantage for Kenyans because we are all we have the education system is very strong and it makes us to be at an advantage. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't know, and a lot of us fear going to the Middle East, and a lot of us have a lot of misinformation regarding the jobs in the Middle East, and we don't appreciate the fact that we are well equipped to get those jobs. So if we can bring the truth out here, I think people will be able to apply these jobs. The reason why I'm saying that is because most of these interviews you are going to go, they require you to be able to communicate in English and at least be able to understand also the other person who is talking to you. And that's not a challenge for a Kenyan, especially if you've been able to study up to the university level. The second thing they require you to do is to provide your academic documents. Another thing, it's not a big problem, it's not a big challenge for a Kenyan. The other thing they are going to require you to do is to prove that you have had experience in that particular field you're applying for. Okay, that's a problem now because a lot of Kenyans have finished their degrees, but what they are doing currently, what they are doing in Kenya is not related to what they studied for. But if you can be able to at least show that you have some knowledge on that particular skill, then you stand a chance. If you are good at it, you stand a higher chance. I've taken people who have been working here in Kenya as I'll give an example with a guy who is working as a forklift operator. This person has had experience in Kenya as a forklift operator. So when they go for the interview and there are 100 of them, he does it so well because most of these people who have come for the interview probably have faked the certificates or they have never had the real life experience of a forklift operator. So one thing you need to know if you're skilled, you need first of all to have the certificate, the documents to prove. Then the second thing you need to do is to be very good at what you do. Then if those two things are in place, then you can be assured for a job. So an example I'll give is an accountant. Let's say you're an accountant and you have been working as an accountant in the past 2 years. So you know how to go about audit, you know how to go about those accounting procedures. Then you go for an interview and they say they are going to watch you for, let's say, a month or two, and then you're able to do it perfectly. You can be assured that you're going to be picked for that job. So nothing comes for free because you have graduated. You have to work for it. So these jobs are there. Stop fearing. They are not. There's no racism in the Middle East. There's no racism. In fact, there is zero tolerance to racism. There is no mistreatment. You just need to go there and show what you can do, show what you can deliver, and you'll be set good to go.